You ready?
As I'll ever be.
All right. Three, two, one. What's going on, good people? What's going on? We are back for another episode of Father's Day Affair. Today I am joined by the one and only Ernest Bernard Austin Jr. This is my dad, the only dad I'll ever have, and I'm blessed to say that I am his only son. So I am joined today by my dad. Dad, how you doing?
Hey, man, I feel great this morning.
I got one simple question to start off with.
What is that?
Bro, can we talk?
Sure. I
My
guess we
man,
can.
my man. So, um,
Morning.
I'm thankful for you being here, for you agreeing to have a conversation with me. And like I said, I have no agenda wherever you want to go with this conversation. Um, I'm just thankful. I've said it on numerous episodes prior to this one that I'm thankful to still have my father. Um, and I feel like a lot of times we can have conversations all day long, but maybe we're not necessarily having the right conversations, or you know what I mean? Because you can lose your parent and have so many regrets of conversations that you didn't have.
Yeah, that's true. I know exactly what you mean. I know a lot of friends, and I can go all the way back to classmates in school that lost their parents, when they were 14, 15 years old, in high school, trying to find their way. And then you lose your parents at that same time. It can do a whole lot to a child's mentality, to the attitude. It can change them in so many different ways.
It can also change a fully grown adult
That's
who
true.
wasn't developed or wasn't raised up. I don't know what properly is, but raised up properly, and so they lose them without getting to have certain conversations, or they never get whatever it is that they're missing. So I don't think it's ever easy. I'm thankful that I don't know what it feels like yet,
Oh, God knows. I know that feeling. I am too.
but
I am too. Both my parents lived to be right at 88 years old. So I am truly thankful that the good Lord gave me that time with them.
yeah.
And I'd give anything just to be able to sit down and do this right here
Mm.
with both of them again.
If
Yeah.
you had them both in the same room one more time, what would be that conversation? Because
That's hard to say.
your parents, how old were you when your parents split up?
3.
Okay.
3. I mean, it would be hard to say what kind of, what or where the conversation would go. Uh, I basically had a good relationship with both my parents. But I didn't develop a relationship with my father, hell, until I was grown, practically grown. I spent a little time with him off and on, but I didn't really get to know him
Mm-hmm.
until I got grown. And that was after, I guess, he had changed,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I had too.
Maturity is a journey.
Well, it's a whole lot of things. It is.
It doesn't have a specific age that it comes with. It's
Good
just
morning, how are you?
it's just it happens when it happens,
That's right.
and
And
some it
some
takes
folks
longer
it
than
never
others.
happen.
That's real too. That's real.
Yep, some folks it never happens.
So I remember at one point you said, and this was a shocker. I had no idea until you told me this, but you said if you added up all the time you spent with your father, it probably wouldn't total 2 years.
It wouldn't. It would.
And so that was really, for me, that was a real, we didn't really follow up on that conversation, but it really, that thing has, I've carried that. I've carried that because it really it enlightened me to how I see you, and to how I then was able to go back and view my upbringing and the great job that you did, considering the fact that you really didn't have an example?
Well, I won't call what I did a great job because I made so many mistakes, and I know that. Uh, but I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful that y'all were brought up in the church. I'm thankful that we had your mom there, because if your mom hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened to the family. And that's being straight up.
That's real.
I mean, I'm the first to say, that I have been covered all my life. First by God, then my grandmother, my mother, and then my wife. Okay. And for that, I'm eternally grateful, because I know without those coverings, I wouldn't be right here. Now, I might still be alive, but I don't know what kind of shape I would be in, physically, mentally, spiritually, or I don't know whether I'd be in jail, which is a good possibility.
You're real tough.
Which is a good possibility, because when I was young, I was young, dumb, and stupid. I didn't really do no real bad stuff, but there were some things that I did that I shouldn't have did that could have got me in a lot of trouble. That could have easily went the wrong way.
Well, I'm thankful as well that it didn't go that way, because that would have meant I might not have been here myself.
That's true.
But something I posted the other day, I heard a quote that said, I think it was Miles Monroe, that said, you have to accept the pain, accept the pain, but not the guilt. I think I'm saying that right. But my point being that what I've done, what you've done. Same goes for the next man. What you did. Extract that lesson from it. That if I could go back and do it, I wouldn't do that exact thing. Extract that from it. But whatever happened as a result of it, that's not on you. As long as you grow from it, it's a win.
That's true too. But every time you do something, and you think about it, I don't care what it is, but every time you do something in life, you pretty much plant a seed.
For sure.
Okay. Like I said, I don't care what it is.
But at the end of the day, if your good outweighs your bad, doesn't that count?
Well, that's a good seed. If it does. If your good outweighs the bad. But you're still responsible for the bad. That's going to always fall back on you. But see, the thing about growing up and maturity is that, good morning,
What's up, sir?
Is that we know we all make mistakes, but you can't dwell on them. And you have to try to learn from them. And if you can't learn from them, then you're just going to continuously make the same mistakes over and over and over again. I like to think that I learned from mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I made a whole lot of mistakes when you and your sister were growing up. I made a whole lot of mistakes in my marriage. But that's one reason I'm so thankful for my grandbabies. And I call them my second chance babies. And I hope I can do better by them than I did by you and your sister.
I understand.
It gives me a chance to do it over again, and hopefully this time do it right.
Well, as I told you when we sat down before, I don't have any resentment. I'm maturing past the point, because I believe that no matter what happens to you when it's not in your control, at some point you have control of your life. And so I take responsibility and ownership of my own life. So no matter where you left me, from there on out is on me. So, like, at the end of the day, whatever days we have left, I want you to be at peace with knowing that you good in my book for whatever it's worth. And I'm not just saying that because the camera is rolling, but so take me back to 3 years old is hella young, obviously.
Too young for me to remember.
Correct. So take me back to middle school, high school, earliest recollection of what it was like with your parents not being together, being raised by your grandmother, being raised by your mom.
You know, if you got, I guess it's kind of like coming back from the military and being all torn up. But if you got a good foundation, solid foundation, which I did, because at that time all my grandparents were living. Now, keep it in mind that I wasn't really close to my father's parents, but I did see them more than I saw my father because they lived in the same town. So I did see them. To say that I really knew them, I can't say that, because the time that I spent with them, you know, I just was briefly.
Yeah.
You know, I'd see them and we'd talk. I don't remember going to the house and spending a lot of time. I do remember going to the house, but that was basically when my dad came to town and I would see him. You know what I'm saying? I'd see my grandfather, Pop Ernest, on the street uptown in Reesville. He'd be up there shopping or just killing time, and I'd see him up there. But he's actually the reason I just joined the Marine Corps.
Oh yeah?
Because I needed some discipline. I got locked up one night. Pushed my grandfather off the porch. I was drunk. And at that point, I realized I needed some discipline. I've been locked up twice. When the Marine Corps called myself celebrating, got locked up for public drunk and disturbing the peace. Got out of the Marine Corps, called myself celebrating, got locked up for public drunk and disturbing the peace. I learned then that me and alcohol just weren't the best of damn friends, so
Yeah.
you know, I use it sparingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you told me that. That's funny to me.
But my Bessie and granddaddy, my mother's parents.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had a good foundation. I had a lot of love. I guess my grandmother might have spoiled me. If I was spoiled, I would say she was the one that did it. But just having them there, and we weren't rich. We didn't have no whole lot. But I never remember being hungry. You know, and they were always there when I needed them. And we would go see my mom during the summer, spend summer with her, and she would come home Christmas and other holidays, you know, riding up and down the road by herself.
So here's something that I've wanted to ask you about. This is something that has kind of resonated with me for a while. Again, as I think back through my childhood and my upbringing, I wanted to ask you about going off to Vietnam. First of all, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had epilepsy.
I did.
And you hid that from Uncle Sam in order to go serve in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
You got discharged. When the Marine Corps found out about it, they sent you home from Vietnam.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I was in Vietnam.
Okay.
And at the time, I was dealing with shell shock.
Okay.
And when I went to the hospital and they put me on the machine.
Oh, okay.
That's when they found out about it.
Okay. So thank you for clearing that up, because I wasn't sure the details there. So you come home from Vietnam. Do you remember what year this was?
1969.
1969. And again, for selfish, obvious reasons, I'm thankful being that I was born in 1977,
77, yeah.
that you did, that it played out the way it played out, and you did get sent home. So 69, you come home, and this is just what I keep. I've gone back multiple times, and I try to put myself in your position, in your shoes. I say he comes home from Vietnam. All of his outspoken black heroes are unalived, allegedly by our government, right? All of them. Fred Hampton,
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Yeah.
That you were already shell shocked from what you had witnessed over in Vietnam. And then more trauma of being a young husband with a traumatic childhood already, a young father. And I'm like, well, damn, why don't my folks educate me about all of this black history? And, why do I have to learn about Fred Hampton through a movie and all of this? And then it occurred to me that day that what I just described.
Which is what?
If I'm you, a young father, a young husband, raising a young black boy in the 70s, 80s,
What you try to teach him?
it's impossible to articulate what he's got in store for him. It's difficult. I ain't gonna say impossible. It's super difficult.
Oh, it's very difficult.
But given
With
your
the world
circumstances, I would say it was pretty much impossible to really articulate what to expect.
Well, keeping in mind then that I was real young. And I was real young 20 years ago.
I can relate.
When it comes to
I can relate.
when it comes to the mental part of it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I finally grew up. I'm so glad that I finally realized that it wasn't just about me, but it was about everybody that I love. I'm never going to neglect myself. And I try to continuously love me, man. I do. Because if you can't love yourself, it's hard to love somebody else.
How hard is it to love yourself?
It depends on. I guess it depends on how satisfied you are with yourself. There's a whole lot of things in my life that I'm not satisfied with. But when it comes to being a genuine person, how I treat others, how I try to get along with everybody in the world, and I really do. I find it easy to love me. I do. I find it easy to love me. I don't dwell on the stupid ass things I did in the past. I don't dwell on the mistakes I made. I just try to dwell on now and tomorrow. And I just keep thanking the Lord for yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And if He keep doing that, I'm good to go. I don't thank Him for next year. I just keep thanking Him for yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I'm trying to live in the present. I'm trying to do what I should be doing. I'm not doing everything that He wants me to do. But I'm trying not to do anything that's going to really piss Him off with me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get better. Each day I'm trying to get better. I wake up every morning, I thank Him. And most of the time I just have to make me a better me.
When you say you're not doing everything He asked you to do, what is that? What are you not doing?
It's not, maybe I said it wrong. It's not that I'm not doing everything He asked me to do. I guess maybe it's just the hesitation. I end up doing it, trying to do everything. But it's not spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? A
That's
lot of
fair.
times, and I'm not the only one, but a lot of times we know what we should be doing in His sight, but we got to be. Something has to happen. A lot of times that forces us to do that. A lot of times it's not good. Bad
Well,
things happen.
I think, and this is just my experience, that if I prolong my obedience, then God has to get my attention. And that's
That's what
when,
I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah. But I think when we moved in swift obedience, that's more pleasing to Him
It is.
than us dragging our
It
feet
is
and saying,
because
oh,
then
okay, you got me.
that's true. Because then, you're moving without doubt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're just trusting in Him,
Yeah.
and you acting on His word.
Yeah.
But sometimes we get so much in the self that we forget about all that.
Yeah. And that's what it is we got to get to the end of ourself before. Some of us is more spontaneous, as you said, and some of us it takes 40, 50, 60, 70 years to
That's true.
get to the end of ourselves. Being that this is a Father's Day affair that we are having here on the beach, let me ask you, what are your fondest memories of raising my sister and I? When we were coming up, what are your fondest memories?
Ooh. Well, son, I guess it would be you and your sister finishing school. Uh, see, that's the thing about it. See, I don't remember.
Yeah.
A lot of that's. Well, most of that's on me. But a lot of stuff that you, your mom, and your sister enjoyed when you were growing up, I didn't participate in. So I missed a lot of memories. That's one of the biggest things that I wish I could have changed. And I could have. I just didn't. But just seeing you and your sister grow up to become the young man and young lady that y'all have become, the accomplishments, bringing children into the world, you know, staying healthy. I'm just glad that, regardless of what I did or what I didn't do, that you guys turned out to be what you did.
No, thank you, man.
And I'm super proud of both of you. And I know you ain't where you want to be yet. None of us are.
Yeah.
But in God's time, you'll get there. You just keep the faith, don't give up. And just keep plowing ahead, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's out there for you. You just got to work for it. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing.
I figured that part out.
Get that out your head. Ain't nobody going to
Nobody cares if I win.
That's right.
In fact,
Most
people are pulling against
for
me
you to lose.
That's real. That's real. Smiling in your face.
That's right.
All the while they want to take your place.
And everybody that says they're your friends, they're not your friends.
I figured that out a long time ago.
Everybody that says they're your friends, not your friend. A lot of folks want to just try to be your friend, just to try to take advantage of you.
See what's in it for them.
See what's in it for them.
Yeah.
Try to use you, get as much as they can, and then boom, they gone.
I make it easy for them. I keep them in the dark and feed them shit.
Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know if you need to keep them in the dark or not.
Well, I mean, to a degree, everything that I do is public, being that, I am my brand. I'm in camera now a lot more than I ever wanted to be. But with regard to next moves, future plans, yeah, that's only for a chosen few who are trustworthy. because to what you just said, I don't want to give somebody the opportunity to steal the energy from what I got going. And I know that those energy vampires are out there and they thirsty. So um I appreciate you. I appreciate you your vulnerability, your transparency. In fact, I appreciate you being a real one. You are, and I put this on everything, you are the realest one ever, for the simple fact that you don't sugarcoat anything, you don't hide, and and you fully embrace the good, the bad, and the ugly. So
it all comes together. Good and bad, that's something you can't separate. You can try.
sure.
You know, you can try to put the bad over there and the good over there and the ugly over there. But eventually everything come back together.
But I also want to say I understand compartmentalizing traumatic experiences and blocking them out. I don't know if that's something I genetically got from you or if it's just a natural thing that we do. But there's a lot of things pertaining to my ex-wife and everything that went on there. It's been easier for me just to block it out, and it's filed away under an encrypted password. I can't even
Get into.
I'm like, I don't even remember. And so when people see me, they see all this joy and this energy. They have no clue what I carry.
Hey, good morning, guys.
They have no clue what I carry, and I can't access it. I don't remember it. So I'm thankful for that, because I wouldn't be able to move forward if I'm still dragging 10 tons
That's true.
of weight.
That's true. And
So,
and you might move forward a little bit,
yeah,
but your progress is gonna be so minute
real talk.
that even going from here to there, you know, by the time you get there, hell, it's gonna take so long. You're gonna pretty much be able to still touch this right here.
And another thing, you know, what sheep wants to follow a shepherd that's bleeding on the sheep? And that
True.
we see too much of that in leadership, where we have hurt people hurting people in leadership roles. And I'm doing everything I can to be healthy. And one of the healthiest things I can do is to leave that there. That's why I said we gotta accept the pain, but not the guilt. Take on the pain, discard the guilt.
Try to discard the guilt.
So
That's easier said than done. No. It takes a while. It takes a lot of prayer, a lot of patience, and I guess a lot of diligence. It's just something, you know, you got to pray about. And the Lord just finally take it away, let Him keep it. A lot of times we pray about stuff, then we give it away to the Lord, but before you know it, we don't reach back up and grab that same thing again.
yeah.
You know. Yeah. Yes, son. When I got out the military, you know, I was dealing with PTSD, but I didn't have the slightest idea. Good morning. I didn't have the slightest idea. Your mom knew I was dealing with something, and she tried to get me to get help shortly after I got out the Marine Corps. But being young, stupid, not necessarily stupid,
Would you say
but
you
ignorant to the fact that I deserved some help from the VA because of my condition. But they didn't educate us when we got out.
were you ashamed?
What? Epilepsy?
No. Were you ashamed of being
Discharged?
of the trauma of the PTSD, the post traumatic stress disorder? Were you ashamed to go ask for help? Were you?
I wasn't ashamed.
You just didn't. You
I
were
just
unaware.
didn't think that it was any help out there for me. That's what it boiled down to.
Back
See
then it
now,
wasn't. Yeah, now.
see now they educate you. They teach you everything you need to know to be able to go out and file a claim
Yeah.
for disability or VA compensation.
Yes, sir.
But back then in '69, if you found out about it, it was you might get lucky in a conversation with somebody else, and it comes up. But other than that, man, you didn't know nothing about PTSD. If I'd have went ahead, had known, and I'd have went ahead and filed and got help, then like I said, you and Keisha would have been getting checks. You would have been sent to school, you know, all of that. But not knowing cost us a whole lot. That's how come it's best. I don't care what the situation is or what it is, find out everything you can about it before you let it go. Then let it go. If it ain't no good to you, let it go. But if it's something that you need to know that's gonna help you make will help you make the right decisions for the things that's gonna benefit you in life, you know, then you need to learn about it. You need to know about it. You do.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
everything
good
I
work.
deal with, your mama deal with. I don't know whether at one point her PTS might have got worse than mine, but everything I deal with, she deal with.
Wow.
You got a great mama, son. I'm sure you know that though.
Absolutely. Got the best mom.
Oh, you do. You definitely do.
Got the best mom.
Yes, you do.
So what, if any advice, what advice would you give to all of the fathers, no matter if they are first-time fathers and they are 17 years old, or if they are your age? What's a word for the fathers?
Well, if you are a father, first of all, then you need to accept that responsibility. Assume that responsibility. You need to get yourself out the way. Okay? Because at that point, it definitely ain't about, it shouldn't be about you anymore. It should be about your family, about your kids. The only thing I can say is something I wish I had done. Listen to your wives a whole lot more. Women in general are smarter than men. Sometimes they make a lot better decisions about things than we do. We can't get that. You can't get that out of the way. And as long as if you sitting there talking to your wife,
Yes, sir.
and you got ego right here in the middle, it's a wasted damn conversation.
Sure.
It's a wasted conversation.
Sure.
Ego ain't got nowhere in a marriage at all. Nowhere. Because it ain't gonna do nothing but cause conflict and problems.
Where is ego beneficial?
Well,
Sports, obviously.
sports and a craft. If you got a craft, you know, you good in it, you're real good in it. I don't know if the right word is, it's not ego. I don't know what the right word is. I don't really know other than sports where you could, you know, where ego is beneficial, son. I'm not that smart. I'm not the smartest person in the world. But I know it has. I know where it doesn't belong.
You're pretty sharp cookie now.
I know where it doesn't belong.
You're a smart fella.
Yeah, it ain't got no place in the marriage at all.
Well, I know this conversation has been all over the place, but I remember one of my fondest memories as a child was road trips. Road trips where we had the pickup truck, Ford. You would throw the mattress on there, and we'd ride up to Virginia and certain place, ride down to the beach.
Yeah.
I remember you throw that mattress on the back, and Keisha and I would just be in the back, happy as could be.
Yeah, them days long ago. Remember, we saw somebody on the back of a truck yesterday, and that's the first time I seen somebody on the back of a pickup truck. I guarantee in 20, 25 years.
I saw 10 people on the
But there
back
was a
of a
bunch
truck.
of them.
I was different.
But they were having a good time. Look like anyway. So, but yeah, son. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm just thankful. God's been good to me.
Yeah.
He keeps on blessing me in spite of myself. Uh, I don't know. I don't doubt him. I'm getting to trust in him a whole lot more. And like I said, I just try to do what I feel like I need to do, and I don't always do it. A lot of times I fall short. A lot of times I fall short, but I'll try it again, and eventually I get where I'm trying to go. It takes me longer than. And then again, I'm thankful for your mama because her being in my life has just made it so much easier for me, making it easy on me. You know what it does for her? Makes it hard on her. Uh, but she's a trooper. She's a warrior. God knows. I'm thankful. I am truly thankful.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Pop, I'm thankful that we was able to sit down today. I'm thankful that we were able to get this conversation recorded. I think that this is going to bring a lot of value. Um, and I hope this isn't the last time that we can sit down and have a conversation.
No, I was just thinking we can do this again.
My guy.
Yeah, morning. Yeah, we can do this again. I ain't got no problem with that. Who knows what it might lead to?
That's real.
You know, you never know. There's a lot of stuff buried in the back of your mind. And when I say buried, I mean just that. There's things there that you can't recall, but they there. And I see that the older I get, the more stuff is revealed to me. Yeah, the older I get, the more stuff is revealed to me. So I just look forward to getting older and learning more about myself. And you'd be surprised. You can learn stuff about yourself every day.
Oh, for sure.
You know, I don't care how old you get.
For sure.
Uh,
Let me ask you this. I read that most men don't hit their individual greatness, their genius level, until they reach the age of 50, 55 plus, even 60. Do you feel like that you are becoming your best self even to this day?
I do. I actually feel like I'm becoming my best self and living my best life. Uh, say what you said again.
Most men don't reach their genius level until the ages of 50 to 60 years old.
Well, that's probably true. But there's an explanation for that. And that's because when you turn 15, 16,
Yeah.
you know, that becomes a list of things that basically on your mind. And at the top of them, it's probably sex. Okay? But
It's a
now,
fact.
the older you get,
Yeah.
you know, sex is still there. But you got a lot of other things on that list.
Yeah.
Okay. Then at one point, before you know it, that list is gonna flip on you. Okay. Sex is no longer up here.
Right.
It's down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At that point, then something else is something else is on your mind more so than sex. Okay. Sex is down here, so it's not clouding your thoughts. And you're able to focus on a lot of other things. Whereas at a young age, you're not doing that. I mean,
Sure.
you know, you got, you know, if you're a smart young man, you got short-term goals and long-term goals. Okay. But before you can get to them, there's always that thing in the way that's blocking it. So what you have to do is you have to be smart enough to realize that sex is gonna always be sex. It ain't gonna be as great as it is. We on camera. Anybody listen to this other than men? Women listen to this too?
Hell yeah.
But
I pray. I pray that everybody that listens it shares it with 20 of their friends and family.
Well, I want let me rephrase what I was getting ready to say. I got to rethink what I was getting ready to say. Now, you know, it don't take much for me to forget where I was going and thought.
Well, it's all right.
Oh, it is. It truly is. That's a part of getting old. And getting old is a great thing.
There's a country song where he says, I ain't as good as I once was.
But I'm as good once as I ever was.
There you go.
That's right.
So, but yeah, no, I get it, man. The older I've gotten, I concur. Sex is still up there, but it's not as important. It's not the focus as it once was.
No, it's not. Man, I'm telling you the honest truth. And you might think I'm lying. But the older you get, a lot of times I can go to the bathroom and urinate. And it's just as satisfying as a sexual climax. I mean, really. You know, and I still enjoy sex. But it's not.
I don't know if I want to hear this.
Oh, yeah, well, I know I'm talking about your mama.
You're the only one that can say that. So.
But it's true, man. I mean, it's true. It's straight up. I mean, things change. Life changes. Your body changes. Your desires and your wants change.
Yeah.
And if they don't, that means you're still stuck in the same spot.
So let me ask you, other than living your best life and becoming the best version of yourself, are there any tangible goals that you still have? I mean,
well, I always got goals. I always got things that I want to do and I want to achieve. Your mom and I have some.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep those between me and your mama right now, and your mom and the Lord. But yeah, there's some financial goals I want to achieve. There's some other goals I want to achieve, and basically at this point, it's just so that hopefully it'll make it easier on my kids and grandkids. Now keep in mind that when I leave here and your mama leave here, you're not gonna get rich. You get that shit out your head. Whatever we have, we're gonna leave. But at this point, I don't know what that's gonna be.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Your mom and I at a point in life where we want to try to really enjoy life, because we see how many of our friends and other older folks are leaving here, and they're not just older folks. You ain't got to be old now. We see a whole lot of young folks leaving here.
Sure.
So I know for a fact my days are numbered. I just don't know what the number is.
Of course, yeah.
I'm just thankful, and I try. Like I said, I'm just right now. I'm just trying to enjoy every moment that I can. You know, I love to travel. I love to see different places. I love to do different things. But like I said, life is too short. Life is too short to dwell on the past. Life is too short to get hung up on some old dumb shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
Family squabbles.
Yeah, I don't get that.
All kind of dumb things. I don't get that. It just don't make sense.
I don't understand how you can take for granted even one day, let alone 10 years, 15, 20 years not talking to a spouse or a child or a sibling.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't see how you can attend funeral after funeral and yet and still take for granted, you know, the opportunity to apologize and have a conversation with your loved ones. So,
no, man, I'm telling you, it's a strange world we live in. Strange times with a whole lot of strange people. But no, I don't get that neither, man. Like I said, life is too short. Yeah, I got 4 sisters. I ain't got no brothers. All my sisters still here.
Yeah.
My parents gone.
Yeah.
But that's natural. That's the way. That's the cycle that it's supposed to be in.
Yeah.
You know, we're not supposed to You're not supposed to die before your parents. You know,
Yeah.
that's the thought. That's the thought that you're gonna live to be a ripe old age and you're gonna outlive your parents. But that's not the case in so many cases, man. You know, you got mothers and fathers leaving here, siblings. You got everybody. And you could be a family of 10. You could be the youngest one, and everybody at some point or another, you could be the last person in your family alive on this earth. You know, and or you could be the oldest one. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And you try to figure out why everybody is leaving before me and why I still here. And I got 9 brothers and sisters and a mom and daddy that's already gone. You know, but at that point, you still got to be thankful.
Real talk.
You know, I tell God, you know, I hear folks say, Lord, I'm ready. Come and get me. Lord, I'm ready. But I want to stay right here as long as I can. You know, I ain't trying to see heaven right now. I ain't trying to, you know, to get up there right now. I want to stay right here and enjoy my family, friends, and life as long as I can. Well because said. Like I said, when I say I'm living my best life right now, I mean that.
Right on.
I'm thankful.
Right on. Well, Pops, I think this is, like I said, this has been great. This is going to add a lot of value to somebody's life. And I appreciate you for coming through and blessing the pod. And I look forward to the next time we can do it again. So until the next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep the conversations going. Bro, can we talk?
Hey, enjoy this, son. Love you. Hey, enjoy this, son. Love you.
Love you too.
And we're going to go ahead and enjoy our time here at the beach.
Hey.
And all you folks out there, y'all take care and have a great day.
Let's go. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. How you feel about it?
I feel good. I feel good, man.
Good.
We'll do it again.
10, folks.